There's probably many of you who own a house or have bought a house at one time or another. Yeah? What's the first thing you do when you like a house? You go and get an inspection, right? So the inspector comes, and he's going to tell you whether or not that house is sound. So there are cracks in the walls, but you don't worry about that. And he comes in and he says, well, your foundation is cracked. Your foundation is sinking. But that's going to take a lot to deal with. So if you want, we can patch these cracks, and we can make the house look really good, and you can just go as though your foundation is fine. That's what we've been doing as a society. So here we have the swine flu. And everybody's freaked out about the swine flu, but last year it was something else, and the year before that it was something else. There's always a flu or a disease or something that is the new big thing that we have to find immunization for or a drug for. And that's what we do. So everybody's going to run now, and they're going to tell us that our kids need to be have these vaccinations. And this is how we deal with it. But we never go back and say, what's going on? Why are we breaking down like this? I mean, everyone now knows someone in their 40s, 50s that have cancer. Everybody pretty much knows somebody that's ill. Why? Why isn't it that we're just growing old at this point and going slower, and then we die? That's the way it's meant to be. We're not meant to break down like this, but we keep finding the next thing that we're going to put on top of it to make it look better. So what's our first line of defense in our bodies? The digestive system. First line of defense. If your digestive system is not intact, if you do not have the bacteria that you need, if you do not have a gut that doesn't leak, you are not going to assimilate anything. You are not going to be healthy. Now, you may look healthy and you may feel okay, but when that bacteria or that virus attacks you, you can't fight it the same way. From there goes the cells. So you can't get the nutrients. You're not holding them in that container that they're meant to be held in until they're fully broken down, and then they go into the intestines to be assimilated. If you don't have that intact, you're not getting those nutrients. So we can take anything we want. And in an acute state, there are herbs, there are homeopathics, there are lots of things you can take. But if your system isn't completely intact, you will not utilize those nutrients you're putting in. So we go and we take tons of vitamins because we don't trust that the earth is giving us the same quality foods that it used to. So we take lots of vitamins, further damage our gut, and you're not getting those either. So you're better off just taking your chance at eating really well and seeing if you can heal your system. Now, there are ways to do that, but we don't, because we've gone from Western medicine and saying, you know, all these pharmaceutical companies just want to sell us drugs. The doctors are just looking at drugs. And then we go to a vitamin company, and those people are the same people that were running the pharmaceutical companies. Now that's the new cure-all. So is that how we want to live our life? And that's what Robin was saying. It's like you have to take your health into your own hands. And you have to start looking. And you can't just go, okay, well, I'll shop at Whole Foods or I'll shop at Wild Oats, and everything will be okay. Because they're in it too. I mean, everybody's in business. So you have to really look at the quality of what you're getting. What are you getting today? And it says all natural. Well, we know that doesn't mean much. Well, now organic doesn't mean much. So we're busy. We don't really want to cook. We don't really want to take too much time on this because it is exhausting. But there are ways to just think about how we used to do things. Simple food, real food, not in a package. Make soup. Make your own soup. There's one way of getting lots of nutrients that are going to actually heal your system rather than irritate your system. And, Robin was talking about the wind, the environment. We're irritated at every turn. We're irritated by the noise. We're irritated by traffic. We're irritated by the wind. We're irritated. We're irritated outside and we're irritated inside. And that's really the way we are right now. So we have all this inflammation, and we're worrying about the swine flu. I mean, the swine flu is truly like the least of our worries. That's just the new name. There's just so much breakdown happening, and all we have to do is pay a little bit more attention and not give in to that easy fast food meal. You know, what did people used to do? They cooked on Sundays. They made big pots of stuff, and they cooked and they ate. They froze food that they made. So it's simple. It's not that hard, but we're not using what we know, what we remember. This was not that long ago. You know, I mean, my mother was home cooking a lot. So we're not talking in, the dairy situation. I mean, raw dairy is an excellent way for you to heal yourself. People say, I'm lactose intolerant, I can't eat dairy. You can't eat pasteurized, damaged dairy, but you can eat dairy. Well, it's dangerous. Doctors all say it's very dangerous. Well, my father was drinking raw milk. My aunts were drinking raw milk. I mean, they were okay. This wasn't that long ago. But we give in very easily to, well, my doctor said it wasn't good. Well, your doctor doesn't know anything about nutrition. I met a doctor in the ER. I brought a friend, and he said, look, I don't think we can help you because this is a digestive issue, and we don't know anything about that. I almost fell off my chair. And then she said, well, my friend here is a nutritionist. He goes, well, she's the one you need to be talking to. He said, because I'll tell you right now, if we had a day, that's a lot. So they don't know. And unfortunately, they don't tell you they don't know. But we all hear that at this point. We all know that they don't know. So you need to start looking around and trying to figure it out. And I will also say that a lot of the nutrition that's taught in schools, where are they getting their information? Well, they're getting it from the same place. So you have to do more investigating. You have to look at science. You have to look at studies. And if you can't, then you ask someone that has, And you just start thinking about eating real food. Checking the labels. Everybody says read labels. Well, if people don't see 8 gazillion ingredients, they go, well, it must be okay. It says organic. No. Look at those few. Does it have gar gum in it? You want to wreck your gut? Eat gar gum. There's so many little things that they sneak in that you don't even know about. And if you look at some of these ingredients, they sound okay. They don't look like those big scary words. So just look if you know them. Do you know what they are? Are they a food? That's it. It's kind of simple. I really think that the whole swine flu thing is just another way of getting more immunization happening. And I don't think we should worry. I think we should take care of ourselves. And I think that's all we have to do. We just have to start paying attention to what seems like it's natural. Not what's natural in that box on the shelf, but what's truly natural. And go back, look at a cookbook, go online and look at a cookbook from the late 1800s. That'll give you a start. Thank you.